Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my vlog. Today we'll be talking about two topics instead of one because I wanted to cover two topics. The first thing I want to talk about is spoons. Now, I know you all know what spoons are. They're like this long metal thing with a little head that you use to eat your breakfast cereal in the morning. But they mean a lot more than that to someone who has depression or some other similar things like maybe fibromyalgia or something like that. What spoons are is they're actually the resource that we kind of use. Now, you may ask where the spoons names come from. It's actually from I'll put a link down below to a blog post that someone put up about it. Now, the average person doesn't really ever run out of spoons. They kind of almost have an infinite number to use because they don't have anything else they need to deal with in their day. Granted, they can still run out if they have like a couple of bad days in a row, or even if they have one really bad day. This is just a general measurement for people who actually already suffer from something and need to keep track of their resources. So let's say I in the morning have to get out of bed. That's actually something that's difficult to do if I'm currently having problems with my depression. So that's going to cost me a spoon. I then need to go to work, I then spend a day in work, which could cost like 3 or 4 spoons depending on the day that I have in it. Maybe even up to 5 or 6. Now there's no one really telling how many spoons you start off with in a day. You kind of just feel energized or not. Eventually you're going to run out of energy. And when that happens, it's called being out of spoons. It's kind of a horrible thing to have because you don't really want to do anything. You get home and you're like, well, I need to clean and I need to tidy and I need to make food and I haven't got the energy for any of that. And that's what running out of spoons is. It's when you actually literally don't have the energy. All you want to do is curl up in a ball on your bed or on the nearest thing to you because you just feel like shit. I'm on a lone spoon period because of something that's going on in my life. I actually haven't really talked to anyone about it because I don't feel the need to. Now, I know I've told you in the past, and one of my biggest pieces of advice is to talk to people, which is actually now my second topic. I recently watched another video about someone talking about depression, and I was kind of sitting there going, some of the stuff she said was kind of, it put me off watching any more of her videos, mostly because she seemed to be giving advice that was more appropriate for her as an individual rather than people as a whole. Now, I try not to give advice in these videos. I know I probably do every now and again hand out little pieces of advice, but I try not to. And the reason I do that is because I know it won't work for everyone. I know what works for me won't work for other people. For example, when I'm in a bad mood, I generally love to listen to music. Any music, as long as it's not like a couple of specific people who will actually make me feel worse, I will listen to music. That is actually what makes me feel better. I know that won't work for everyone, so I don't tell people to listen to music. The only thing I tell people to do is talk to someone. This piece of advice is actually fairly solid, I feel. Mostly because it's not actually like, a way of getting better, but it's actually a way of making sure people know. For example, if you're an introvert, you're not going to feel better by talking to people about things necessarily. However, at least people know that you have an issue and they can keep an eye on you. If you're an extrovert, actually talking to people can actually help your mood feel better, right? Oh, that's not my bed being lovely. So in a way, it kind of helps both groups of people from both necks of the woods. If someone's actually knows that you're having an issue, they're going to actually look out for you, and they might actually be able to help with something in the future, but the talking per se might actually not be the thing that helps you. Now, granted, I'm not telling the introverts that are suddenly talking to people because I asked them to just stop talking to people. If you find it helpful, then keep doing it. Please, just do whatever you need to do to make you feel better. I don't advise self-harm, though. That's something that actually came up in a topic recently due to just things. Self-harm, no, bad. That's really, I understand why you do it. I understand why a lot of people do it. I did it a little bit myself, but no, just please don't do it. It's really bad. Stop now, thank you. Back on topic. The reason I bring this up is because I had an issue. I'm having an issue at the moment with my spoon count. And a couple of people noticed it and have asked me about it, and mostly, I don't like to lie to people when it comes to, when they ask me how am I, so I generally tell them I'm not doing great. And then they start digging and they ask questions. And this is something I actually just don't want to talk about. I know what the problem is. It's going to be gone by probably the 14th. So in a couple of days, it will probably culminate on Tuesday, the 11th, and then after that, I will slowly get better. It's not actually a big problem. It's not that I'm overly depressed or suicidal or really just things are horrible and I don't like the world. It's more of a I'm just sad. It's literally I'm just sad. The 11th of November last year was the death of one of my, actually no, this is the death of my oldest and closest friend until she died. And I just kind of feel shit at the moment, and I will start feeling better again once it's no longer nearly the 11th. There's no talking to people about it. I will talk if I talk to people about it. I'm just going to get overly emotional, really sad at time, and I'll probably cry, which I never like doing. And then once it's over, they'll go, "Do you feel any better?" And I'll go, "No," because it's still on my mind. There's no point in going through that with every person who asks me about it, because I'm just going to feel more and more shit the more I do it, and it's going to eat up my spoons. So if anyone has been looking at me and going, "Oh, he's a bit upset lately," just know that no, just stop. Just don't. There's no need to talk to me about it. It's gonna be fine once I've processed. Once the day is over. It's the first anniversary of the death of Sparks. For those of you who don't know, Sparks is my cat and my friend, and she's dead. And I'm gonna stop, because if I don't stop, I'm gonna start crying, and I don't want to cry on YouTube again. Talk to y'all later.